it's not showing the way I wanted to show, but at least we've got a picture eventually. So, welcome to the stream, gentlemen, and if there's a lady, to you too. This is Catalina Island. I've just spawned here just to check the weather because I set up this flight in good faith that we will be able to see the runway to land. So, looks like we are in good luck. The last couple of times I've tried to come fly in here, it's been horrific and one couldn't do it. So there we go. And just for the record, this is P3D. This is not Explain, even though I've put the Explain Sceneries location for you guys in the description. Works very well in Explain as well, so grab it. This is all Orbx. And then we can actually just move to our proper location and fly here. Then I'm happy. And from what I understand, we've got a situation of winds calm in San Diego. So I think I'm going to fly out over the water and then turn right to the VOR there. Follow the plan all the way up to Catalina. And just have a beautiful GA day. I'm wondering if this thing isn't struggling to see P3D because of permissions again. Last time I think it was something silly like that. It was just not set up properly for the permissions. So if one runs as administrator, everything should run as administrator, and I think that's a discrepancy. P3D is running as administrator and the Streamlabs OBS is not. So now it can't access the video stream because it's not on the same permission level. Interesting. So John, to give you and the guys a bit of a background, this is a dream that I have, is to fly all the way from San Diego up to Juneau. But the trick is I want to fly from Orbx Airport to Orbx Airport that I own. All right, I did this tour about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, where I flew down, and then subsequently I've bought a few more airports, so it should be a fuller kind of a tour. And this is the idea. This is the dream that I have, is to just take the 182 and just fly back all the way up to Juneau from the one Orbx airport to the other.
Okay.
And every time I think I'm going to start it, something happens, and it doesn't happen. So
what sort of distance are we looking at?
about 28 to 30 days, one leg a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a wee distance that. So the trick also for me is I want to do it in the A2A Cessna 182 because I've got the Flight 1 GTN 750 GPS in this aircraft. And being a Garmin thing, if you use little nav map, you're actually able to export in Garmin format. So I can pull the flight plan directly into the GPS. So you don't have to program each leg like with the default GPSs. Very nice.
That's one hell of a trip, though.
It is. It is. Um, we're still gonna do it. Not saying when, but we're still gonna do it.
Can't believe the load time on this.
That's crazy. Alright, so like I said earlier, this is all Orbx scenery. Very neat. I'm not too familiar with the airports when it comes to the GA stuff and so on. So we'll just take it easy. And we're just doing it for fun. So there's no tutorials, there's no rush, there's nothing that should prevent us from just enjoying it. See, we've got good frame rates. So all good. Do you know the A2A aircraft at all, John, or not?
Same one.
You've seen one, okay. This is cool. It comes with all kinds of fancy little add-ons where you can add passengers. We'll take a lady friend just because we can. In fact, why don't we just take someone else with us as well? We'll load some
Take a nice
baggage.
little blonde.
Pardon, John?
Take a nice little blonde with you.
Well, she's in the back. I prefer the brunette. She's sitting next to me.
Oh, no, she wants to be up front.
Okay, I'll you me. How do we get rid of them and swap them over now? Okay, I'll take the blonde in front then. I'll put the brunette in back. Just for you, John.
Well, you know what blondes are like. They only have a paddy if they can't get their own way.
Okay. All right. Well, we've checked the oil. We've loaded the packs and we've got some baggage in there. Let's have a look, see if there's any servicing or repair necessary. It looks okay to me. General conditions like new. If you go in here, you can actually change the spark plugs and service the engine quite a bit. We can change tires, batteries, all kinds of funny things. We're okay. And I don't know if you can notice it, but we are seeing a situation on the windshield where it's busy fogging up a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit.
So I'm just going to get some air in here so we can get rid of the fogginess. Okay, so
Tell everybody to stop breathing.
almost. No, we don't want to kill people now. All right, okay, so as you can see, we've also got tie downs. And the pitot cover is there, and we've got chocks and all these things. I'm not going to do the full walk around with a full inspection, but there is a full walk around that you should see in a moment coming up on the screen where you can actually do a complete pre-flight, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's quickly close our doors and get everything in place. All right, and let me just show you. There's your blonde, by the way. Unfortunately, you can't see the passengers from the inside when you are inside. They only project when they are, or you can see them when you are on the outside.
Yeah, she'll do.
She'll do. Okay, cool. All right, so we want our beacon on. We're going to check our fuel. Fuel is cut off. We want both fuel tanks. Then let's pump some fuel into this baby. All right, nav can come on. What happened now? There it works again. That's wrong. I have not flown this in a while, so I just need to probably recalibrate this now. Trim wheel. There we go. Now it's working. See why pre-flight is so important. Imagine we only had the trim up function. Or sorry, the trim down function, not the trim up function. Imagine that. Right, okay. Hey Yoki. Hello Ryan. Sorry guys, not concentrating on the chat at the moment. I'm busy showing my lovely aircraft off to Uncle John here. So welcome to the stream guys. This is a little bit of a different stream. Right, we're going to lean it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right then. We don't need any of that at the moment. Let's get the avionics on. Alright. The heater does not need to come on. Defroster we can put on the windshield there. And just pull a little bit of air and a little bit of heat. Something like that. Then we can check the temperatures. We'll close the windows, and then I want to show you something else. I can put on a headset and then change the sound. There we go. That's not so loud and in our face. Right, so this is the GTN 750, and we can actually import our flight plan if I can remember how. Catalog.
TOS system test OK.
Right, activate that one for us. There you go. Right, what's nice about this GTN, you can actually zoom in quite nicely, and you can use the mouse to move around and see where you're at. And everything is basically push button control. You know, you just click on something to make the next thing happen, you know. So this was the reason I actually bought my touch screen. I wanted to run this on the touch screen, and then Windows 10 does not like that idea, so sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Right, with the winds being calm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off runway 27. What we need to do is obviously go to that VOR. So we're going to take off and basically make a right turn out for that VOR over there, and then just get on course. I'm trying to use the explain shortcuts. Alright, I see I've disabled my ultimate traffic, it looks like. Or did I not? Let's have a look, see. Let's see them. Those are just static aircraft over there. Alright, okay. What is our altimeter in this place? 300. Seems to be right. Let's do a slow taxi. Going to do an intersection takeoff here. I think we need the whole runway for this little aircraft. Tell you one thing, John, this is not X-plane. I'm not used to flying this anymore.
I can't put my finger on it. Maybe I'm too biased to explain it.
Yeah, it just feels totally different. You know you're not home. You know, you're in a different system.
It just doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, to an extent, you're right. It's not, because you're expecting something and then you get something else. It's usable, but it's not X-plane. Hey Jacob. Man, you lucky bugger. You're in Monterey. What a nice place. What I wouldn't give to be there today.
He's only told you that to pay you off.
Yeah, he's testing me. Well, Jacob, if you hang tight a day or two, by the time I get there, I don't know if you're still going to be there, but I'm on my way with this little Cessna. I've got a bit of a tour planned for it. So, it is on my list. You came in late. This is like a test run, a precursor, whatever you want to call it. I want to do my Orbx tour. I did it about 2 years ago, north to south, and I want to actually do it now south to north. And Monterey is definitely one of my airports that I want to come and visit in the tour. So that's the story behind the story. And I haven't really mucked around with P3D in a while, so I thought while I'm thinking of a GA flight, I might as well just grab it and see what this is going to be like. Way different, my friend, way different. You guys did a good job at Orbx, you know, if you look at the scenery and stuff. I mean, it's really high quality for P3D, high quality stuff that's in here. I've got the KMRY, that's Monterey, if I got it right now. I've got that for P3D, but I don't think they've ported that over to Explain yet. That still needs to go to Explain. Nice golf course there, wow. Well, John, the blonde seems happy. I haven't heard complaints from her yet.
Thank God for that. What's she got, white knuckles?
No, she's okay.
Well, she looks as if she's enjoying herself.
For sure.
Just be careful she doesn't tell you, I want to pee.
Yeah, it's a pity she's not modeled on the inside of the aircraft as well. That Kodiak,
Well,
that
that's
Kodiak's
a
got the
favourite.
blonde. Mm-hmm.
Favourite, I want to pee.
Yeah. Not yet, not today. No, this is actually good weather we're flying in. I'm surprised. The last couple of attempts I've had at flying this route has been yuck. But this is cool. This is really nice. Nice weather.
Well, I'm just about to depart France, heading
Okay.
for Isle of Wight.
Fantastic. Why do you say that, Jacob? What's wrong with it? Weather or what? Why the hell do you do that? Stay there. Golden overcast. Oh yeah. I don't like that kind of weather, but fortunately the sun shines again sometime. You know what they say, change is as good as a holiday. If I could just go there, it'll be fine. True, true. Right, so we strongly on our way. Look at those clouds. I mean, it looks like a cold front's coming that way, or going that way, whichever way it's going. So while we're in the cruise, let me show you guys the plan that I have. Right, so this is the actual plan. Every airport that I'm going to stop at is an Orbx airport that I bought. Right, so we are starting today. I'm not even sure if I'm really starting the tour or if this is just a test, but anyway. So there's San Diego. We're going to fly up to Catalina. From Catalina we're going to go to Santa Barbara. And then we've got Big Bear and Palm Springs. What's that one called? Sedona. From Sedona we're going all the way, there you go, Monterey. Then we're going to San Carlos. I think that's San Carlos over there. That's in San Francisco. What's that one? South Lake Tahoe. Then we're going to Redding. I've got a friend in Redding there I'd love to go and see. There's in fact two airports right there next to each other. It's both part of the same package. So we'll fly to the small one first, look around, then go to actual Redding. And then we're going to these ones. Idaho Falls, Jackson Hole, Yellowstone, Gallatin Field. I hope we pronounce that correctly. So it's a bit of a zigzag, eh? But let's see, Glacier Park, Feldsfield, coming down to wherever we go. I think that's just part of the airway. We were trying to get to Sillets Bay there. Yeah, that's Starks, Twin Oaks. That one, WA80, go in. Bowerman, Swanson, that one, Fall City, Diamond Point, CQ, it's a funny name, Darrington, Concrete Municipality, then we've got Skagit, Anacortes, Friday Harbour. Oh, there's one I missed over here somewhere. Wax Orchards. Okay, we'll see if we can put that in there as well. Jacob, the full flight, the full tour, I've divided it into 28 legs, so it's at least 28 days of flying. Some days it's many hours, like 5-6 hours, and some days it's just a quick hop. You know, as you rightfully say, some of these legs are long. I mean, if you look from Orcas Island again, up to Bellacula, that's a hell of a long flight. I mean, that is 262 nautical miles going up there. Then it's 244 on the next leg to Stewart. Then we've got Ketchikan, and from Ketchikan we've got Juneau. So if we zoom out a little bit, that's the plan there. It's a hell of a plan, and it's going to take some time. Minimum 28 days, minimum. And I'm definitely not going to fly them one after another. It's going to be a little bit here, a little bit there, unless I get a lucky break somewhere and I can get the time to do it. That's the plan. How's that, John? I lost you somewhere. How's it, Craig?
When did you put that flight together?
Well, probably in December. I sat here in December to put all the legs together and do all the planning and stuff. That was just before Christmas. But like I said, I did the tour from Juneau north to south about 2 years ago. But then I didn't have all the airports, so I obviously didn't have all the stops. But this particular one, I started thinking about doing this in about December. Thank you, Jacob. That will be awesome. And some beef jerky, please. That just to have something to chew on these long flights.
Can you make that too, please?
Good evening, guys.
Hey, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Hope you're having a good flight.
Absolutely. I'm typing too fast here. Right, so anyway, that's the plan. It's just a dream I have. It's got absolutely, I don't know how much value for anybody else, but I think just for me it will be one hell of an accomplishment to say I did it again, you know, this time going up. So yeah. Jacob, I'm not gonna take passengers with me. It'll just be me. Or we might take we'll take one of these blondes or brunettes with. You can't see the packs from inside the aircraft, but for those of you that joined late, we've got two ladies and a gentleman with me, so kind of neat. I just wish we could have seen them when we were in the aircraft, you know. Craig, what are you up to?
I've just been trying to learn the startup sequence on the 737, but I'm not having much luck, unfortunately. I think I need somebody to talk me through it step by step. I'm getting so far, and then I'm not getting the altimeter up in the flight directors and stuff. So I need to revisit it.
Well, when was it, John? Last week sometime I spent a little bit of time with John and we talked about it and I got him going and he started flying for Ryanair Virtual today, which is something he could not have done if he didn't, complete the course with me. So at some point in time when you've got time and I've got time, we must, get together, sit and work through them.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that'd be fantastic. I'd say I can I can fly the plane with my eyes closed, but just not getting that startup sequence. So yeah, when you've got some time, that'd be really appreciated, and we can sit in the cockpits and talk.
Yeah, talk you through it because there's one or two little tricks that I noticed that caught Uncle John here. But once he snapped it, and understood what it's about, it was, oh boy. Yeah, ask him to tell you. He was singing a song about it for 2 days, eh, John?
No,
He
I'm
was very
still
happy.
singing.
Still singing.
I'm still singing.
You see.
We had about an hour and a half together. Clarified in my own mind where I was going wrong, and then suddenly, once I could do that, get the APU up and running, get the engines up and running, everything suddenly came together, and everything made sense, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my first flight for Ryanair. Just got to the UK from Alicante.
Oh, that's nice. I downloaded some nice mesh actually. I forget the name of the website now, but it's some HD mesh for Spain and the Canary Islands and Balearics. That's really good.
Jacob, if you organized Gyrocopter girl to be there, let her bring me the beer. If you sponsor it, she can bring it. Don't know if you guys know who that is, but that's one fine pilot lady. We'll talk afterwards, Don't want to be unfair towards you too, but we'll talk afterwards. That's funny. My wife will kill me.
And if she don't, I'll tell her.
And then she'll kill me. So hazy, we can't even see the island yet. Wow. Yeah. It's like buying Playboy just for the articles, We just read the articles. Yeah, great minds think alike. I knew it was just for the articles. Ah, yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we actually talked about this new FlyJ sim the other night when we were a bunch of guys talking together. I think initially there was a misconception of what it was, and then we quickly discovered what it was, and so on. So it looks very interesting. That smart co-pilot is such a pain in the ass. So if somebody can make a better product, it will be really, really welcome. So John, not sure if you can see the little ridge there in the background, but
Yes.
if my assumption is correct, that is around about where Torrance is. So there's a little airfield there. If you want to just pop over to Catalina, that's the closest place to fly from. It's just from Torrance, right over the water. Then you're at Catalina.
Okay.
There's a nice big aerospace museum there by Torrance, at that airport. One of the places I have on my bucket list to also go and visit. Can't believe what a nice day for flying it is. I clicked on the GPS and everything's hanging. Please don't tell me you're gonna die on me. Oh no, there we go. See, there is LAX and anybody see there's KTOA, that's Torrance. So it's not exactly where I said. That is John Wayne Santa Ana, more than likely. Yeah, that I was looking at, but there is the KTOA. So you see there, it's right across the pond there, or the ditch, or whatever you want to call that, right there. So easy to just get there. Okay, so we've got the winds at 250 at 6 knots. Also basically winds calm situation, nothing much to stress about. So we might as well just land from this side, land east-west. There we can see some of the island creeping into position. So we'll go to the VOR and then we'll do like a right downwind and land. And hope we can still do it with a GA aircraft. That's another thing. To set up the controllers in P3D is just not as easy as in X-Plane. Oh my goodness, I have spent hours to try and get this plane just flyable and landable. I hope it's okay now.
Top of descent.
Yep. So let's give myself something to do. Hello, Angel. Okay, I have another question for you guys. How many of you have tried to land on St. Bartholomew's with a simulator, P3D or X-Plane? I did some flying there in X-Plane the other day, and I did both runways. 28 in amongst the hills, and what's the other one? 11 coming over that hill, or 10 coming over that hill. How many of you guys have tried that? Angel. Oh. Cool. We're talking about
That's a
St.
nice shot,
Bartholomew's.
Craig.
We're talking with St. Bartholomew's and landing with a Cessna or something. They're coming over the hill or going in to land, via the hills there, and then you'll approach from the sea. No problem, I hope you heard what I said now. Otherwise, I'll repeat again. Where's a shot from Craig? Oh, in Discord.
In Discord.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's from the Concorde. It's they have a viewing park in Manchester Airport. You
Okay.
can take a little tour on it and view the cockpit and stuff. It's really
Nice. Sounds good, Angel. You know, most of us do the landing over the hill, and it's exhilarating and it is stressful and all those things. But I tell you what, since I learned how to fly that snake route through those hills into the valleys, the correct altitudes, and then turn out over the bay and land from the seaside onto St. Bart's, that's a thrill and a half, eh? Man, that really works you. Oh, yeah, no, that'll be insane with VR then. I know. I've flown that 28 approach in Monterey, and I tell you what, it upset me a bit because I couldn't get it right, and I eventually gave up. I need to go and actually practice it to get it right. I just went for the other side of the story as far as I can know. Or I just did my own thing. I can't remember, but I didn't follow the correct procedures there. That I know. The fog was the thing that got me. It was, you know, you lose sight and then you don't know what the hell you're doing, and it just all goes bad in a little GA aircraft very quickly. Yeah, that's weird. SPNC. What's that, Angel? There's the airport. I'll have to go and check that out, Angel. Ah, yeah, that sounds interesting. How many of you have landed or tried to land in Paro in Bhutan? That's a crazy airport to fly into with that VOR approach. Hello, Catalina. Oh, I feel a lot more calmer, but this aircraft carrier landing over here is a treat, my friend. If you ever want a challenge, you must come and do circuit practice here at Catalina. Because if you don't land or if you don't stop, you're off the other side, no matter which side you land from.
$500.
Yeah, I must actually try and go and do Bhutan again. That'll be a challenge. That is one hell of a challenge. One day we were about 12 guys on Vatsum and we tried it, and I think 3 or 4 of us landed. The rest just didn't land. They went into the mountain. So difficult in the simulator to really fly a proper circuit. You see, now we've gone past and we're low. Yeah, Lukla's another one, but you can't do it if you don't have a turbine with reverse thrust. You know, if you don't have a reverser, you're stuck, and if it's not turbine, you're stuck. So very much a thrill, all of these ones. Hey, Marius. Tell you, when Orbx makes an airport, look at this, look at the regia and everything. It's so real. They really do a good job, eh? I'm a bit high. For some reason, we've got a wind influence here. I can feel this wind. Well, that wasn't too bad. And for some reason, look, this nose just wants to turn into the wind. Looks like we've got a bit of a crosswind. 257 at 8 knots. No wonder. No wonder. I tell you what, because I don't fly P3D so much anymore, I don't know, and I did not read the actual change log in this latest version, this 4.5, but this thing is much more like X-Plane than the previous versions. The fact that we've got the wind and the influences, and I noticed on the route here today, there's a couple of things that have really changed in the simulator. Wow, I'm impressed. It's still not X-Plane, but get my drift. It's improved a lot. And that is Catalina. Let's go and have a little bit of a look around. Jacob, you subscribe to the channel and you ring the bell. Right, then what happens is a few hours, or at least an hour before the stream starts, I actually put the notice up on the channel. But if you ring the bell, YouTube will send you a notification as well. I'm not sure, I think it sends it via email, so just have a look out. But what's it, 800 Zulu on a Saturday morning and 1700 Zulu on a Saturday evening, you are most likely to find me on YouTube. The rest of the time, I'm usually on Twitch. And then you'll just have to follow me and activate the notifications there as well. This looks pretty amazing. Ooh, look at the tire marks there behind me. Wow. Okay, okay. Yeah, apparently this ring the bell makes the difference. Check that woman. She's on the phone there with somebody. Imagine it's her husband. Where are you? I've been waiting here all day. I need to go home to see my mother, and you're just not coming to fetch me. And he's sitting there in his cockpit, flying somewhere down the coast. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, this is actually very nice scenery. Guys, check the scenery and explain. If you are explain guys, the guys really did a good job in the explain scenery as well. You'll love it. Very, very nice. Okay, now let's see if we can actually do a replay in this thing, if it will work. Where do we get that? Analysis. Instant replay. That's not far enough. How do we get out of it? Instant replay. No, it's a bit. Ooh. Oh, that's very possible. Very possible. Gyrocopter girl is famous, eh? Okay, so now we don't have animations in this replay. That's also very interesting. That's how we did. Ooh, I bounced. Thank you, Angel. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. If you go to spot view, it's hardly viewable. Uh, it is so jerky, you might as well not do it. Now, for some reason, it's not doing it now, but in the flight, just on finals there, I moved away from it quickly because it was stuttering like crazy. Hmm. All right, well, okay, this gives me more enthusiasm and um, a better grasp of things. So I must seriously start doing that big tour, going back up to Juneau. Angel, send it to me in Messenger. I'm not gonna remember to do it if it's not in Messenger. All right, well, um, guys, that's about it for me for tonight. You guys must have a fabulous rest of your weekend, and we'll catch up soon again. I hope this wasn't too much of a shock when you saw it was P3D and GA, but it was nice having you here, and I thoroughly enjoyed this flight. It was very nice. John, you still here?
Yes, sir. I'm just turning finals.
All right, okay. I'll let you be then. Guys, okay, that's fine. Jacob, I think in principle we've covered the first leg. Why don't we then make like if it's possible, if my family will allow it, then we'll use the Saturday evenings for the GA hops, and then the next hop is going to be Catalina to Santa Barbara. And if you've got more time, we'll go on to the next one. But I think that's maybe a good idea. Let's use the Saturday evenings for the hops because my evening time is American morning time or somewhere like that. So I think that's a good plan. Great stuff. Okay, guys. Bye bye. See you soon.